Okay, folks. Good afternoon. It is a Hatha day. It's actually Hatha with a little core action. So we will be working our core a bit. I think I told everybody that before, which may be the reason for a lot of dental appointments and not being able to make the class. No big deal. This will be archived, and you'll be able to do it over and over again as you like. But as always, use your breath and modifications. There are going to be a few postures where I'll introduce a number of modifications. And so don't go against your body, please. Just do the best you can. And if you're having big issues, just yell at me and I'll give you another modification you can use. Okay, let's get rolling with this. We're lying down. We're going to start with some kicks. I love my kicks. Keep the head relaxed, please. And let's get those legs moving. Some core work here early on in the game. And it doesn't have to be fast, and you don't have to make the movements all that crazy here. You know, if you're really into the larger movements, that's great. And then, if you're gonna go larger, go a little faster here with this one, if you're at this pace. If not, a little lower is fine. For now, keep the head relaxed on the mat. We'll bring the head up a little later with some more, quasi-core work there. And since we're here, let's get into the breath, shall we? In and out through the nose. Try to keep the mouth closed. And we're bringing in just a little more air than we typically do, just, shopping at Walmart or whatnot. And when you exhale, push a little more air out than what you would normally do. Now, all this time, you're actually dragging the air along the back of the throat. And it may cause a soft snoring sound, and that's fine. I know, we're still moving. And recover. Whew, just let the legs rest right there for a minute. I have my hands underneath my bum. If you need a blanket or other to support your lower back or your tailbone, please use one, especially if you're on hardwood floor. All right, second set. Let's go. Let's get those kicks going. Do something different with this side. If you were doing it nice and slow before, go a little wider, a little longer. And let's make this work. So it's core, but I think it's actually more heavily focused on the quads and a little bit on the hamstrings with this one. So the thigh muscles for the most part. I know you really engage your core, looking up and doing a small crunch. That's when you're going to feel it in your stomach. All those muscles around there. All right, keep it going. We're on the clock. A few more breaths right here. That's it. Looking up at the ceiling, looking at the cobwebs, and recover. Woo! Just let the legs relax. Try to get all the tension out of the legs. Just try to completely relax the legs as we take one more section here on this one. Give me 3 more breaths. Nice deep inhalations. Doing what we can mentally to let go of that last posture or that last set. And last set of fish kicks, fin kicks. I can never remember the right name of this, which is really sad. But let's go. You got it. So do something different from this set. If you're doing the larger kicks before, go smaller. Maybe point the toes this time. Maybe go a little faster with it. Got to keep it moving here. And we're going to do just that. All right, looks good. We're not going as long this time for this last set. You should feel it at this point. Quads, mainly in the quadriceps. That's where you're probably going to feel the burn right now. You've got that core working, and you really should have the core engaged on your own to a small degree. It's happening anyway, but adding a little more oomph to it is fine. And recover. Woo. If you're supporting your low back, you can remove the hands now. And just give it a minute here. Actually, less than a minute. Let's give it 4 long breaths. As you just melt into the mat initially. Let all the tension go from the legs for right now. 1 more breath. Okay, let's do this. All right, so the legs, my feet are touching here, the heels are. Lift your head and shoulders off the mat and take a look at the feet. So we're lifting up just a bit. Yep, the core is engaged now. We're looking at the pedicure we got going on down there. and relax the head to the mat. Okay, let's try to get the feet engaged. I want you to bring both feet off the mat just a little bit, a few inches. If you're unable to do that, just lift one leg at a time, just a few inches off the mat. If you can do both legs together, that's even better. And recover. Bring the feet down and bring the head and shoulders up. So we're only coming up a little bit here, but we're looking at the feet again. So far, so good. And bring it down. And bring the legs up. So the heels come off the mat, about 20 or so centimeters, not much. Nice. Hold here and breathe. So don't hold your breath at these postures. I know you want to, but do not. Continue the breath. It's key to our practice. And recover. Nice work. All right, let's make this one easy. Go ahead and bend your legs. Feet are flat. Roll to the right. Let's sit up. And we're sitting up, so we go right into boat. You got it. Go ahead and bring the legs up. The legs are bent. You can have the hands behind the knees. Only if you're having a really rough day. Other than that, want those arms out. If you want to go further with this, of course, extend the legs. So we're lengthening the legs. Keep working this. You're working this harder with the legs extended than with them bent. So come here for as long as you can. And if we're still in the posture, bend the legs back again. Okay? Always try to improve and go deeper into your practice. And recover. So we're going to keep the torso up here. We're going to take at least 3 deep breaths right here. Feel the chest expand as you inhale. And your diaphragm comes up, pushing a little more of the oxygen out of your lungs, or not the oxygen, we're using the oxygen, it's the carbon dioxide we're leaving out. All right, folks, set number 2, let's go. Boat. Now, if you're bored just hanging out here, you can do some twists. Keep both hands to one side, then the other, and then the other, and then the other. That's only if you're bored, or if you're ready for that. We had a bit of a slow summer with COVID, so we'll be ready for next summer. Goodness knows what will happen then. All right, and let's go low. So we extend the legs out. The heels stay off the mat, hand and shoulders are off the mat. Arms are just hovering above. Nice. And recover. Woo, we're lying flat on the mat. Nice. Appanasana. Bring the knees into the chest, arms on top or behind the knees, and squeeze in. Woo, rock just a little bit here. Left and right. Nice little massage for the spinal column there. And let's bring the feet onto the mat. The legs are bent, so the heels are close to the hips. Hands are down next to the feet. Bridge pose. Bridge. Let's do the first one the newer way that I like to do it. I want you to roll the hips off the mat. So the hips are coming off the mat just a couple of inches, not much. Hips are off the mat. Heels. You feel your heels digging into the mat. Go ahead and lift your toes. As you lift the toes now, you really feel the heels pushing into the mat. All the muscles in the legs are engaged at this point. So the core is engaged, and it's really engaged to support the lower back. That's what we're gunning for here. We need to support it. This whole posture is about targeting the low back. All right, give me one more breath in. And as you exhale, recover. Roll down slowly. Nice. Okay. Hey, the next one, I'll call that optional. You can do exactly what we did, or you can push your pelvis all the way up as far as you can. So for number 2, press down, lift up. You're either roll the hips off the mat a little bit as we did before, or go ahead and press the pelvis up as far as you can with this one. From here, you can clasp the hands underneath your bum, or grab your ankles, maybe, hold on to the heels. Got lots of options. Press up, your chin gets a little closer to the mat, and keep your eyesight straight above you. Don't look side to side, trying to protect that neck. And recover. Woo, as you unclasp, roll down slowly, Nice. Go ahead and windshield wipe the knees left and right a couple of times, please. So far, so good on this one. Nice. And go ahead and bring those legs all the way down to the right. Let's roll up. So comfortable seated posture. Paschimottanasana. A seated forward fold. Now, I like to do the first one with the legs bent. Now, I'm going to use a bolster. I have a nice foam, hard foam one. I'm going to put underneath behind the knees. You can use blocks or blankets, and if you don't have anything, just go ahead and bend your legs a little bit with this one. All right. As always, keep the eyesight forward. Don't look at your waistline. You can inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And you're reaching for the toes, maybe holding on to the feet. If you're unable to reach the feet, use a strap or a towel. But most of you can probably reach the feet at a minimum because the legs are bent with this one. All right, chest forward. So to lead with your heart on this. Maybe bringing the torso on top of your thighs and continue to add pressure. Just a little pressure as you lean forward. Keep your eyesight forward. And you're using those biceps to pull. And you can use your breath as you exhale, come a little deeper in this posture. Good. Hey, this is great, especially if you have back issues or really tight hamstrings. And when I say what's great is bending your legs with this one. Okay, we're here for 2 more breaths. Nice, deep Ujjayi Pranayama breaths. Last breath in. And as you exhale, release the grip and roll up slowly. Nice. For the next set, I'm going to remove the bolster. But like I said, if you have an existing back condition, go ahead and keep the bolster there and just come forward with this. All right, for everybody else, you can, if you're able to extend the legs and have the legs straight out here, same though, you're looking forward with this push. Inhale, arms are up. Exhale, forward fold. And if you can go further into your forward fold, please do. And pull. That's it. We're pulling forward. Maybe the elbows are going onto the mat. If not today, it's going to feel great when you get your forearms onto the mat. Our torso will be lying down on our legs. Use your breath. As you exhale, come forward a little more. That's it. 2 more breaths right here. 1 more breath in. And release your grip. Roll up slowly. Nice. Hands next to the hips. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and lift the heart towards the ceiling. Oh, nice. A little light in the seat here, and recover. Groovy. Okay, tabletop is next. Bend the legs, feet are flat. Hands are next to the hips, actually slightly behind, and I take the fingers out just a little bit too. Lots of work in shoulders here as we press the pelvis up. Keep the head neutral. Don't bother keeping it relaxed. Keep it neutral here so we protect the neck. All right, let's go. Press it up. Pelvis is coming up. I know you're feeling this in the shoulders. Hold here. 1 more breath. And on your exhale, recover slowly. Small note, if you're getting a cramp in that posture or any others, just come out of it. Don't worry about breathing for the last count. Come out. Try not to fight the cramps here. Just come out of the posture first. Okay, set number 2. Legs are bent slightly here. Feet are flat. Hands in position. Press down, press up. That's it. I know. You're doing great. Keep the pelvis coming up towards the ceiling. Feet are flat on the mat. And you feel this in your shoulders. Give me 2 breaths right here, please. 2 breaths. 1 more. And recover slowly. Try not any quick butt plants on the mat. Extend the legs out. Shake the arms out a bit. That was pretty good. All right, we've got a twist coming up and then Purvottanasana. So this is an easy seated twist. legs extended in front of you. Let's twist the torso to the right. So we're trying to keep the torso as tall as we can as we look over the right shoulder. You'll feel this in your core and most likely that lower back as well. And come back to center. Let's go to the left. Remember, your head is last on this one. Do not force your head. I don't want you to force your neck to look at you a little closer over. Let the twist emanate from that lower back to midsection. So far, so good. Let's recover. Great. Purvottanasana. All right, it's like tabletop, what we just did, except we're gonna keep the legs extended this time. Let's start by bringing the big toes together. We're gonna point the toes. As we bring the pelvis up, we're gonna try to get the feet flat on the mat. My hands are a little further back from the hips. We're gonna press down, press the pelvis up, keep the head neutral, try to get your feet flat. Let's go, let's do it. That's it, press up. A little more work here right now as we try to get the feet flat, work into the core, and recover. Whew. Thank you, Ryan. Now, keep doing that posture, and you can actually get yourself up quite a bit. It looks quite good, it really does. I'm not quite there yet, but we'll get there together. All right, set number 2. We only have 2 of those to do, so big toes are together. Point the toes, press up. That's it, good. Are your feet flat on the mat yet? If not, no big deal, we'll get there. Mine are slightly off here, but we're pressing the pelvis up. Head is neutral, 1 breath in. On the exhale, recover slowly. Whew. Nice. Shake the arms out here. Okay. Moving on, a little more core. I told you we'd have it, and here it is. It's boat pose. Let's go. Boat pose. Now, you're more than welcome to hang out here with the legs bent or the legs extended, or add some twist into your game. Some easy twists with the torso, left and right. I oftentimes like doing this with a block. Block to the right, block to the left. It actually makes you work a little harder, especially if you're putting the block onto the ground. Yeah, this is optional. And recover. Let's give it a few breaths right here. Say 3 breaths. Nice and deep. Try to relax and let go of that last posture. And yes, we have 1 more to do there for boat. And then after that, no more boats for this session. All right. Actually, that's not true. I think we have 1 more. All right, last set. Let's go. Boat pose. That's it. If you're really, really feeling it, you can have a hand behind the knee, maybe 2 hands. And even here, you're still working, don't get me wrong. You still feel the core is nice and tight. You're working shoulders and biceps to keep the torso up. But go ahead and work towards the point and the time when you can have the arms extended. And then work towards having those legs up. That's it. 3 breaths. 3. Nice and deep. One more breath in, and on the exhale, recover. Woo, nice. Shake the legs out, please. Janu Shirshasana is next. So let's start with the left leg. Bend the left leg and push the knee out to the side. We're going to push the left foot into the right thigh. I'm going to come off the mat just a bit here. And if you're having any issues with that left knee, you can place the block or blanket underneath the left knee. All right, here we go. Let's twist a little bit so we're facing the right leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Once again, if you're unable to reach the foot, straps do wonders here. Straps, towels, blankets, whatever you've got. An old sock will work. If the discomfort in the bent leg, say a scale of 1 to 10. 1, it feels great. 10 is horrible. Once you reach 5.5 on that scale, don't sweat it. Kick the leg out. We can continue to do our forward fold over the right leg, but this leg can be extended. All right, 2 more breaths right here. And roll the torso up. Nice. Let's twist a little bit towards the left leg, and we're going to bring the torso down over the left knee. My hands are out to, prop my torso up a bit here, but I'm actively leaning over the left knee. Go ahead and kiss your left knee if you like. No tension on that right leg, even though you can flex that right foot if you like. I've seen it both ways. And recover. Bring the torso up and let's switch legs. Ooh. Left leg's extended, right leg bends. And we're bringing the right knee down towards the right leg down. I'm going to use a block underneath my right leg. And once again, we twist a little bit to the left leg. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Definitely my tighter side where I've got some issues with the knee. So as I said before, if the pain is too much or discomfort's too much on that bent leg, easily enough done, kick the leg out and continue to do your twist or forward fold over the bent leg. So don't fight it. If you're having some knee issues on either knee, lots of variations in the work that we do. Don't worry, you're still doing yoga, you'll survive. 2 more breaths right here. And recover. Roll up slowly. Nice. Twist to the right leg, and I'm going to bend my leg a bit. Not as bad as leaning over the opposite way with this leg bent. And we're just going to lean over the right knee. Once again, feel free to reach down, kiss your knee if you like. Nothing extravagant here. You can flex the left leg, the left foot, by bringing those toes back, pushing the left heel towards the front of the mat. Nice. Almost a counter stretch, but not by much. Hey, let's bring it up. Woo. Extend the legs out. Shake it out of it, please. All right. Next up for our forward folds is my Triangular Pada Paschimottanasana. Okay, so let's start with the left leg. Bend the left leg, and we're going to take the left foot and the whole left leg out. So I'll twist this so you can see on the side what it looks like. And the angle here, I'll leave that up to you. Some people will have the knees touching, the foot all the way tucked in. Some of us are going to have the legs further out. Hey, for those of you with really tight hips, that's why I like blocks. Feel free to sit on a block with this one. It'll sit you a little taller, and you'll feel probably a little better sitting on a block or a roll blanket. Okay, once again, inhale, arms are up. Exhale, forward fold. Same rules apply here. If the pain is too much in that left leg, kick it out. Okay, kick it out. We'll get just as much work done working on that right leg, right hamstring as before. If you can extend well beyond the right foot, maybe put another block outside of that foot, that's great. And if there's a small bend here, you can even put, if you're sitting on a block, you can put a block underneath that right knee. Lots of options, folks. That's why I like blocks. And recover. Bring it up. Nice. Let's switch legs. I'm just going to pivot on my block. I'm going to stay on it. Left leg extends, right leg bends, and we bring it back. This time, my right knee's out a little further. I'm a little more flexible with this one than I was in Janu Shirshasana. So inhale, arms are up. Exhale, forward fold over the left leg. So you've already figured out if this is your tighter side or maybe a slightly looser side for you to come into this posture. Remember, if it's not working for you, kick the leg out. Do a seated forward fold, that's fine. 2 more breaths right here, please. Last breath in. And on the exhale, roll the torso up. Woo, bring that leg around. Shake it out. Okay, pigeon pose is next. In Sanskrit, it's Eka Pada Rajagopattasana. Let's do it on all fours. I do have a variation that I'll show you, but let's get started with this one first. From all fours, bring your left knee to your left wrist. You can bring this foot out, the left foot out a bit. We're actually trying to get the left shin parallel to the front of the mat. Now mine is not, but as we continue to work and loosen the hips, we'll get there. The right leg extends behind you. You can fold your arms initially here and rest your head on your arms. Now we've done a little bit of work into the hips. That's why I don't do this one early on. But let's show you the variation. If this is not going to work for you, you can come onto your back. And since we're doing the left side, legs are bent, cross the left foot over the right knee. Option one, take that hand, the left hand, and push into the inside of that left knee. Option two, you can thread the needle, grab behind the right leg, and lift the right foot off the mat. Okay. Option four, extends that leg. You reach on top, above that left foot. And you're working hamstrings, hips, you're working a lot in this one. Only do this if you can keep your head relaxed on the mat. Okay? This is the baseline variation for pigeon pose. So that's the variation. Everyone else, hang in there. Only have a couple more breaths right here from wherever you happen to be. All right, let's do this. If you're in the standard pigeon, what I'm doing now, just bring the torso up. And you know what? Let's have some fun with this. Go ahead and bend that right leg. The right leg is up. I'm going to use my left hand and reach for that foot. Actually, I'm grabbing around the toes. And we're bringing the torso up. Just imagine having your balance to where you can lift the right hand. Yes, the right hand up and over your head and grab those toes. I said imagine. You can Google it later. Other than that, hang out right here. If you're doing the variation of pigeon, go ahead and switch sides now. We'll be there in just a second. All right, let's do it. Release the right leg. Let's stretch out the left leg. I'm just going to slide it back. Woo. Yep, blood's flowing again. We're good. Let's do the other side. From all fours, bring the right knee to the right wrist. I'm bringing that foot out a bit, extending the left leg. Torso can come down. For this one, I'll join the rest of you that are doing the variation. So on your back, right foot this time crosses over the left knee. And you can add some pressure here into that right, in the inner part of the right knee. Nice, nice, nice. You can feel this here. Hey, if you're doing the standard pigeon, make sure that left leg's extended out behind you. You can rest your head on your arms. If you need a further variation, hit me up via email. I'll send you some photos of other postures you can do, other variations to go deeper into that posture. Okay, so if you're in the standard pigeon, go ahead and bring the torso up. Bend that left leg and reach back with the right hand for the left foot. And if you're doing what I'm doing, go ahead and undo. Woo! Extend the legs out and shake it out. Everyone else, you're probably right about here. I think, let's see. Yeah, roughly right about here. And recover. Woo! Shake that right leg out. Okay, if you're on your backs, come on and join us on all fours as we continue to extend the legs and stretch them out. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So we're going to be on our stomachs, on our forearms. So chin and chest are up, resting on your forearms. This is going into that low back a bit here, almost on the passive side in that low back. All right, from here, yeah, we got to work on core just a bit. So let's do a plank. We have a couple of planks to do, 3 actually. So let's do it, shall we? Keep the head neutral, come onto your toes, lift the hips. That's it. It's a small, subtle movement, but think about the stomach. I want you to keep it in. Keep it in towards the spinal column. Head's neutral, keep breathing. One more breath. And recover into Sphinx pose. Call it Sphinx. Like the big statues, monoliths in Egypt. All right. Don't bend the head too much looking forward. You can keep it somewhat tilted down towards the mat. The next set we have, we're going to lift the leg up during our plank. So let's do it. Come onto your toes, lift the hips up a few inches here. Nice work. And from here, lift your left leg up just a couple of inches. Yes. Nice. Left leg down, right leg lift. We're not coming up much. Still think about the stomach, it's in. More pressure on the shoulders. Right foot down, recover into Sphinx. Woo! Thank you, Rain. She knows how to breathe. Okay, one more. For this set, we're gonna walk the feet over to the right side of the mat while the forearms stay exactly where they are, and then we'll walk to the other side. Okay, let's do it. Toes down, lift the hips, and walk those feet over to the right side of the mat. Mine are coming off the mat. That's it. Nice. Come back to center. Keep going to the left side of the mat, or off the mat. Hold here, breathe. Come back to center. And recover. Sphinx. And from Sphinx, child's pose, Balasana. So you can press up to all fours, big toes together, hips to heels. Arms extended or folded, your choice. Nice work. And come forward and down on the mat for upward facing dog. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Feet are flat on the mat. Press down and lift up. Let's extend the arms all the way. So far, so good. We have 2 of these to do, folks. If your shoulders are not over the wrist, you can scoot up just a little bit. And then let's press the pelvis down, lift, well, press the pelvis, yeah. Pelvis comes down, but we're lifting the legs off of the mat. The feet are flat on the mat, but the top of the legs, top of the thighs are off the mat. Good. Hold here and breathe. One more breath. And relax the legs down and slowly come down. We've got one more to do. If you cannot do that, if it's not working for you, do cobra pose or bhujangasana. With your hands underneath your shoulders, just lift chin and chest up where you can, adding a little pressure on the mat and keep the elbows tucked in. This is cobra pose. So if you're unable to do upward facing dog, do this one. It's a good variation. All right, set number 2. Press down, lift all the way up if you're going for upward dog. Press down, lift the legs off the mat. Well, the feet, the toes are still on the mat. The pelvis is still coming down because this is a really deep back bend. Nice. 2 more breaths right here. And recover slowly all the way down. And Balasana. Press down, press back into Balasana. Nice. It might be a little easier now to have the arms folded or to your sides. We're here for 3 breaths. 3 nice deep breaths. And recover. Whew. Let's have a seat. So yeah, it said we had one more boat and we sort of did. This is Panipanasana. So if you have a strap or a towel handy, get it. We'll put it around the feet and we're bringing the legs up. So this is much like boat pose, but we're using a strap. So we're using shoulders and biceps here to help keep the torso up. And once again, options for the legs, bent or extended. And yeah, you know me, I prefer the extended side of the house. So while you're here and holding this position, there are options for you, such as using a wall. So let's say you're close to a wall, you can place your feet on the wall and do the same thing. The big piece here is trying to keep the torso up nice and tall. So we're seated in, my feet are actually on the wall, and you may find this almost as difficult, even though you're not using, your shoulders, we're back into using the core all together. And you can also take the feet and put them onto a chair, put them onto a chair on your sofa while you sit on the floor. All right. This is the easier one, so yeah, we can hold this for another breath. And recover. Whew. One more on that one. Panipanasana. And I have seen 2 other names with that one, so go by ear. You'll be fine. All right, last set. Let's go. Bring it up. Once again, the legs can be bent or extended. For those of you that like keeping your legs bent, go ahead and try and extend them. I think you can do this posture, maybe not with relative ease, but a little bit better than without the strap or a towel. Hold here. Part of the fun is just maintaining your balance and not rolling backwards. That's the worst that's going to happen in this posture. Okay, 2 more breaths, please. 2 more, we'll be done. And recover. Nice, you can put the strap to the side. Shake out the legs. Matsyasana, fish pose. I normally do this one when we've done a lot of work on the neck. We haven't done all that much on the neck today, but let's do it anyway. We're gonna come back onto our forearms. So the legs extended, you're on your forearms, and now you can release the head and let the head come back, but lift the heart towards the ceiling a bit here. That's it. Now, if you have neck issues, please keep the head neutral with this one. But oftentimes when we do shoulder stands or other similar postures, we'll do this posture as a counter for the neck, just letting the head come back. For those of you that do Ashtanga, yeah, there's a different variation for it. This is probably the easier version. I believe in Ashtanga, like bringing the legs up and the hands are coming more in a prayer position towards the feet while the feet are lifted off of the mat. So I've seen that variation as well. So do what's going to work for you, please. And recover. Bring the head up and lie down on your back. Oh, good stuff. Go ahead and bend your legs, please. And let's windshield wipe the knees a couple of times, left and right. And take the knees down to the left side of the mat. All right, for Jatha Pravritti, the knees are to the left. Keep the shoulder, the right shoulder on the mat. If you want to go deeper, kick that leg out. The top leg can kick out. Mine's against the wall here. And something one of you reminded me of earlier, your left leg, you can bend it a bit and maybe grab hold of that left foot with your right hand. So my leg's extended. And if you've got furniture in the way, just keep the leg, the top leg bent, but bring that leg, the knee higher. You can even grab onto the outside of the knee with the left hand and bring that in while you're bringing your foot in from your left foot and still trying to keep the right shoulder on the mat. Oh yeah, I'm feeling this. Rain. Sorry, folks, sorry. Rain, no screaming, please. And recover. Bring the legs up. Let's come to the other side. All right, knees are down to the right, left shoulders on the mat. And what I said earlier, if you've got furniture in the way, you cannot extend that left leg, just bend the left knee. It's still bent. You can hold on to it with the right hand. And if you want to go deeper, left hand goes to the right foot. Once you grab it, try to keep that left shoulder on the mat. Yeah, this is going to be our new fun one here. We get a little bit more work done in Jatha Pravritti. All right, your Ujjayi Pranayama breath, make sure you disengage. And at this point, just breathe regular. As a matter of fact, you can take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. And recover. Bring the legs up. Bring the knees into the chest, arms on top or behind, and squeeze in. You can even rock a little bit left and right. And roll the legs. Let's roll to the right, and let's come up to a comfortable seated posture. Any seated posture is fine. It's Sukhasana, or easy seated pose. Eyes remaining soft or closed as you come up. One more moment here to breathe, to relax, and take stock of what's happening or what's happened in the body. Take notice of the mindset. Very good work today. Let's inhale and bring the arms up. Palms come together. Exhale the breath as the hands come down past your third eye to your heart center. On your continuing journey, remember always to remain kind, remain gentle, and always remember to stay fearless. Thank you for a great session this afternoon. Thank you, and namaste.